Hi everybody, Rachel here from Rachthestamper.com, and today I wanted to come back and show you again how to make this little milk carton box that I made yesterday. I had a little bit of a question from a few people about how to keep this closed. So I came up with a better idea. As you can see, this does kind of pop out a little bit. I came up with a different version. It's almost the same. We're just going to cut something differently. So if you can see for this one, it does actually stay in better. So basically the only thing we're going to change is where the tab is. So what I was trying to do was avoid having the seam kind of be in the front because then it will show. So what we'll do is we're going to tuck it so it closes in the back. So I'm going to show you guys how to make that today. It's just basically the same thing we did yesterday. We're just going to change the cutting a little bit. So yesterday I showed you this template for it. It's a 6 by 11 piece of cardstock because I have a lot of old cardstock, and this is kind of how I start my projects with these old pieces. It's just something I got from Costco, so I try to make them with this, that way I have templates for it. So the only thing we're going to do for this, and that's that was a 6 by 12 piece. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to just change the tab. So instead of the tab being here, it's going to be over here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very simple. So again, you can use, if you have a sheet of 6 by 12, you can, but you don't really need a piece that big. It's going to be 8.5 by 6-ish. So I'll tell you, and then I'll put all the measurements. I'm going to make a blog post for this, and I'll put all the measurements. So what we're going to do, this is an 8.5 piece by 11. This is Wisteria Wonder. And my son picked purple, so that's why I'm doing a purple card, and we're going to do it a little bit different today. We're going to do a witch. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to go ahead and trim it to 6.5. Actually 6, I'm sorry, just 6, because that other piece was 6. So it's going to be 6, and then it's going to be 8.5. Okay, so you can trim this up now if you'd like. So this is 6 by 8.5, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of scoring. So we're going to score it on the long side. Okay, so this is the 8.5 inch side. We're going to score it at 1/2 inch, and then we're going to move down and we're going to score it at 2 inches. And then we're going to move our score line up to the 2-inch mark, and we're going to score again. And so basically this is going to be the bottom where the flaps are. Okay, so this is the flaps. So both of these measure 2, but this is about 1.5 inches, and that's what it makes it have that nice closure. So they're not all exactly the same size, because that was kind of holding it up when I started to design this. So then the rest of it's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be a 2, 4, 6, 8. Again, I did kind of get this idea off of a video that Angie Judah did. She did a little triangle treat box, which was super fun. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to get one, a milk crate, because I know they do have a milk crate die, but if you don't have it, this is a great way to substitute. So that's just 8. So we scored at 2, 4, 6, and 8. So you have this little extra piece here. And we're going to need our trimmer, so don't get rid of that, but we're going to just do a little bit of trimming. So this is what our template is. Okay, so here you have it here. So we're going to cut off this little corner and the first 2 tabs. We're going to leave the 3rd and take off the 4th. Okay, so we're going to go straight across. So the first little square, and this is on that 1/2 inch piece. Should have gotten my bigger scissors out. And then we're going to cut that right there. Went over a tad, but that's okay. And then cut off the other little skinny end. Okay, let me trim that a little. Okay, so now we have that. Now we're going to take off this bottom piece, because I did find that keeping the 2 tabs actually made it stay connected a little bit better. It made it a little bit sturdier, so I would say to leave it. You could cut it off if you like, but I think it keeps the top together a little better. And I'm going to grab my other scissors. And so now we have the template here, and then all we're going to do is cut up these 4 score lines just to the top here, to the top score line. Or I should say to the next score line. Okay, so before we go any farther, you do want to make sure that you burnish this with your bone folder, because it will make your angle pieces fold a little better. So you just go ahead and run over this with your bone folder, and you want to do all of the lines, even the top line there. And then we have one little bit more of scoring to do. While you have this out, if you don't have the retired corner rounder punch, you can use your envelope punch board, I would show you, but someone borrowed mine, so I don't have it at the moment. But basically, instead of the part where you punch out the holes, the other side will actually round the corner. So you could use this or that, or if you have another corner rounder. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get out our trimmer one more time, and we're going to just do a little notching. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold this flap down, and we're going to do this 2 times. Okay, so you're going to, and you're going to want, so in this, it is going to still be the same. Okay, it's going to be the end and the third, even though this marker is different. So what we're going to do is I like to fold this in just so you can see. So you're going to line this up at the inch mark, and then this will automatically line up at the other inch mark. And just take, you could do your bone folder, or you could take your stylus, and you're just going to put a little notch in the end. If you want to do a pencil, you certainly can. I just like the notch better because you're going to end up scoring it eventually anyway. And then same thing again, you're going to just line this up and then just make a little notch in the middle. Okay, so again, so that makes sense. So you have a little indent, here's your flap, indent, nothing. Okay, now we're going to just get a ruler, and we're going to score from the corner to the point here. Okay, so just corner to the point, and then same thing on the other side, corner to the point. You know, it's crazy, but you know, when I'm falling asleep at night, this is what I sit and think of. This is why I can't fall asleep when I'm in bed, because I think about new boxes I could make and stuff. I really think I have a problem. Okay, so same thing on this side. So let me show you again. So you have your skinny side, nothing. This is your corner. This is your flap. This is your corner. And then all you're going to do is just fold these. You don't really have to do this with the bone folder, but just fold them in. There you go. Just like that. And that's it. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to adhere this, put it together the rest of the way, and then decorate it. I would definitely say use fast fuse. If you don't, you could use tear and tape, but you want to use something that's very sturdy. So I usually use fast fuse. This time we'll do it with tear and tape and see how that works. So we're going to put some tear and tape here, and I think I'm going to take this, rip this, and put another layer, just because I really want it to stick. And I know that a lot of people do not like fast fuse because it can be a very difficult thing to get to know, but it adheres things so much better than snail when you have a project. Honestly, I use it most of the time now for my cards too. It definitely was a process to get used to. That is absolutely true. I think I went through one entire roll before I figured out how to do it, but so then you're going to just put that together. So now you have your box. Okay, so again, this is what I was trying to avoid, is I wanted the seam so it would all be kind of in the back, but come to find out this seam actually will hold this in better. Okay, so this is still going to be the front of our box. It's just going to open a little bit backwards. So I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive on this flap here. But this is a great project. You could use it for Halloween, you could use it for Thanksgiving or autumn, if you have like a little kids class or something, senior center, all of them, they would all love to get something like this. It's so fun. Just put a little treat in it. And I got a bunch of junk yesterday when we went to the store because, you know, any excuse to buy candy, even if I'm just going to put it inside a box, and I'm going to probably eat it anyway. All right, so we're going to fold the 2 sides and the back, and then fold the front down. Okay, and you could take your bone folder and just go in and press it. Okay, and then all you're going to do is you're going to squeeze these together and slide this in. Sometimes you might have to trim this just a hair. This one is just a little bit, might just be slightly askew, but it will fit in, and it definitely fits better when you have it in the back of the box, or I should say when you have it going to that little flap. There you go. Just need a little elbow grease. So there you go. Now it will actually stay closed. So this one also has the seam, as you can see, is in the back. You could do these for Easter too. I mean, these are certainly Easter colors. But anyway, that way it'll stay closed. So now, if you don't know what you want to do, so I do struggle sometimes with decorating. I think too hard. But this was just the Designer Series paper, and I just stuck this on with some Tombow liquid glue, and then I really was at a loss of how to decorate it. That was the hardest part. So I used the little sequin trims and the thick black baker's twine, and then I used a stamp and actually just fussy cut these guys out. However, what I came up with, let me get this out of the way, is I was kind of thinking like a background stamp, and actually just a little digression. I made this a while back. I made my own designer series paper. This is on Thick Whisper White. And this is actually using the Creep It Real stamp set, and then I just colored them all in. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and make a video for this, and I'll make it in this style instead, because I never really knew how to close it or decorate it. So I'm going to try to do another one for this and see how this works out. But that was really fun to make as well. So I like doing like the design your, make your own designer series paper. So I just did that with the boo. And then I came up with, I thought this was kind of neat looking with the boo. We could just stick that right on the front there with the witch's hat. And I just stamped that in archival black onto basic gray cardstock. You could also, if you wanted to, you could swap that out and do the spooky cat. You could do the cat in black. Oh, there's a dimensional. Do the cat in black. And then maybe put like the boo and the moon behind, something like that. But there are a lot of cool things you can do. So I'm going to actually use this. I told my son I'd do it in purple. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to just add it on with, a little bit of fast fuse. And this is just like about a 2-inch square piece, and then I just rounded the corners. So, and then what I did is I took the boo from Creep It Real and I stamped it off, and I stamped it numerous times just over and over, and then I just sponged the edges. So it's like a slight bit off. Let me just fix this. Put a little bit more back on here. It's just a tiny bit askew. There you go. Okay, and then just to finish it, I'm going to just make a bow with this. This is the lace in the holiday catalog. It's a crochet, I think it's a crochet trim. And this one always comes off the spool crazy. What is this called? Vintage crochet trim. So it kind of looks like old curtains. You could do that too if you wanted to. Just put it up top there so it looked like some creepy old curtains. But there are the black sequins that you could use, the black sequin trim if you wanted to. The thick black baker's twine would work out well. Let me just make this kind of looks a little spooky, like something would be hanging from a witch's curtains in her house. I don't know, do witches even have curtains? That's a good question. Alright, so we can put this on with a dimensional. And there you go. So now the lid does stay closed. So again, this is a little bit smaller of a gift thing. You could put, I got some stuff here though to see what you could put in it. What did I do with my bag? So I've got a lot of junk here. So you have these little sweet tarts. You could fit at least 2 of those in there. Those will fit nicely. So those are like little, it's like little skull and bones. Yeah, skulls and bones. You could definitely fit, also we have some Reese's treats. They'll fit in there. These little Halloween Reese's Pieces. These will definitely fit in there. And it will close. So you could fit those in there. You know, pretty much. I'm not sure how you guys shop for your Halloween candy. But essentially, I just shop for stuff that I know I'm going to eat because I have a very huge sweet tooth. Let's see. I bought these. I don't usually get these. I usually get the pumpkins because they're bigger. But I bought these to see if they would fit. And I'm fairly certain. Yeah. So there's a little Reese cup. That'll fit in there. You could definitely fit, if you're from Baltimore. These were made in Baltimore a long, long, long time ago. I don't know where they're made now, but anyway, Getz's caramel creams. These are a huge favorite around Halloween. So all those little bags of treats will fit in there. You can fit anything in there. And when I redo this one, you can definitely fit a lot of candy in this. But I'm going to try to make remake something, again, another little treat box. I'm going to make this into a Halloween and then a Christmas. But this is one that I actually made with the envelope punch board. But again, somebody borrowed it, so I have to get it back. But this is super sturdy. So all you do is it's probably I bet it's a 4x4 piece. And then you just score and notch it and you fold it over. And then what I did is I just made a little belly band for it. I put some mini glue dots in there just to hold it closed. And I mean, I made this a long time ago. And believe me, my son opens these things constantly to look to see if there's candy in them. And it's still together. So I'm going to make one of these and try and decorate it up for Halloween. and maybe I'll make another one for Christmas and just add it to the blog as well. So I hope that answers your questions and gives you a little bit of a solution for keeping this closed. And I appreciate the feedback to let me know that you made a lot of these and you couldn't get it closed, because I want you to be happy. I make these guys these presents or these little gift holders for you guys, but really I like to do them too. Makes everything a lot of fun. So if you guys have any more questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can shoot me an email at rachthestamper@gmail.com, and you can always leave me a comment on YouTube at Rachthestamper. I'd appreciate your follow, or on Pinterest I'm on, and you can also find me at Facebook and Instagram, Rachthestamper. Thanks for watching. Bye.